Quick commerce is the new buzzword in India. You will see a lot of startups going towards quick commerce, starting their own supply chain, starting their own deliveries, and getting into the hands of quick commerce. Now, what is quick commerce? Well, you are sitting on the sofa and you are binge watching any of your favorite show and you want something for munching. Well, you open your app, you just click some buttons, and voila, in 15 to 20 minutes, your order would be on your doorstep and you can enjoy a packet of Lay's or Kurkure with your favorite TV show. That is quick commerce for you. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the unit economics of the top Indian quick commerce player, which is Blinkit. Stay tuned till the end and definitely you are going to have a lot of insights. There are two things why this video will be useful for you. Number one, you can decide whether you should invest in Zomato. Number two, it will help you with respect to understanding of the business, how quick commerce company operates, what is the unit economics, what are the different cost levers, what are the different revenue levers, and how does it make money. Now, quick commerce is rising very rapidly in India. It has already reached $2.8 billion market size. In 2023, it has grown by 77% compared to 2022, which is 5x the growth rate of e-commerce. The average monthly transacting users has increased by 46%, whereas order frequency has just increased by 6%. This clearly depicts that new users are coming on the platform, trying quick commerce, and voila, quick commerce companies are running the show these days. The average order value of all the quick commerce companies combined is around 480 rupees in 2023. Now, every company is definitely targeting to increase the average order value, which you will shortly see in the later part of this video. Majorly, four companies rule the world of quick commerce. On the top is Blinkit with 45% market share. This is followed by Instamart with 27% market share, which is followed by Zepto with 21% market share, and then there is Big Basket with 7% market share. Now just understand how does the basic supply chain work. Well, there is a supplier that supplies orders to a dark store. Now categories like grocery could be supplied every day, whereas categories like food perishable items could be supplied in 2-3 days, or there are other categories like baby care, body care, skin care that could be supplied in every 1 week. As soon as the customer places an order, the dark store will prepare your order within 2 to 3 minutes and will hand over to the delivery partner, who will deliver your order within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. At a given point of time, on average, a dark store might be having around 6k plus SKUs, which is much higher than your neighborhood kirana store. Even the average order value lies between 450 rupees to around 530, 540 rupees, which is again much higher than your neighborhood kirana store. Ultimate objective of any company is to increase this AOV, average order value. Now let's understand the unit economics of Blinkit in detail. Most of the data has been gathered from the annual reports or the quarterly reports of Blinkit. The numbers which are depicted is the quarter 3 of 2024. I have referred to the JM financial report to fetch all this data, and I'm just trying to present you in the most understandable and concise way possible. So firstly, there is a dark store area which you can assume to be around 3500 square feet. The average number of staff required to operate a dark store is around 25, where every staff member is withdrawing a salary of 17,500. This would give you the total staff cost of around 4.3 lakh on a monthly level. Now, assuming the store rent per square feet is rupees 95, the total store rent would come out to be rupees 3.3 lakh monthly. Now, other parameter would include the utilities and other store cost per square feet, which is assumed to be rupees 40. Hence, total monthly cost would come out to be rupees 1.4 lakh. If you add all these three costs together, the dark store operating cost would come out to be rupees 9.1 lakh monthly. Now, on an average, a dark store caters to around 1400 orders daily. This would come out to be around 42,000 orders on a monthly level. And if you divide the total operating cost with the total orders, you would arrive at the figure of rupees 22, which is the dark store cost per order. Now remember this rupees 22 figure. We are going to use it later on. Now, if you look at this chart, you can see that the average order value has risen for almost all the platforms, where Blinkit is the only platform to cross the 600 mark figure. Currently, the average order value for Blinkit is rupees 635. Now we have already calculated the dark store operating cost. Let's understand the other levers for the cost. Let's first start with understanding the revenue levers. Now the first parameter would come out to be the warehousing services, plus the marketplace commissions. This number is around 11.7% of the average order value, and the number would come out to be rupees 74 per order. The second thing is the ad income, which is approximately 3.5% of the average order value. This figure would be rupees 22 per order. The third component would be the customer fees, which would include the delivery fees as well as the handling fees. This is around 3% of the average order value, which would come out to be rupees 19 per order. If you add all the parameters of revenue, you would arrive at a figure of 115 rupees per order. Now let's understand the costing parameters. The platform discounts and incentives is assumed to be 0.3% by JM Financial. This is coming out to be rupees 2 per order. Dark store operations cost we have already calculated. This is rupees 22 per order, which is around 3.4% of the average order value. Third would be the mid-mile and warehousing cost, which is coming to rupees 19 per order, around 3% of the AOV. Fourth is the last mile delivery cost, which is rupees 44 per order. Finally, there is packaging cost, wastage, communication costs, support services, and payment gateway charges, which is coming out to be rupees 13 per order or 2.1% of the average order value. Now the figures on the first column are directly taken from the quarterly report. We have already approximated the total orders catered by a dark store. From this we calculated per order cost. Then we can easily calculate cost and revenue as a percentage of average order value. And when you add all the components or different costs involved, you would come out to be figure of rupees 100 per order. This would give you rupees 15 per order as the contribution margin. Now please understand, this calculation is only for the contribution margin 1. There is contribution margin 2, there is contribution margin 3, which involves different other headers like the employee cost, salary cost, then there is branding cost or digital marketing cost, etc. etc. So in this video, I have just tried to make it very simple. I have calculated the contribution margin 1, which is the direct revenues of a dark store minus the costs involved with respect to the dark store. You can see that Blinkit is currently CM1 positive, which is a good sign for Zomato as a company. So in case you ever decide to invest in the stock of Zomato, you can accordingly take a decision. Today, the end goal of every quick commerce company is to increase the average order value, because this would help in increasing the contribution margin. You can see that while the cost per order would remain the same, the revenues per order are going to gradually increase as a percentage of average order value. I hope you gain something out of this video. Do check out my other videos. I cover business fundamentals and the strategies to invest in IPO of different other companies. My last video was an analysis on how do you decide whether you should invest in the banking sector or not, where I covered some 10 parameters in detail that will help you to decide as an investor whether a particular stock is the right fit for you or not. Similarly, you can check out my videos on MobiKwik and Mankind Pharma IPO, which will help you understand how to analyze any business before deciding whether you should invest in the IPO. More exciting videos are coming up. Stay tuned. Till then, have a great time. Thanks.